Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here with Rosana Murillo, who is the Secretary of State of Tourism for Spain. And if you haven't been to Spain recently, I mean, it's a wonderful country. I went out there, went last year. I loved Madrid. I love Barcelona. It's just an amazing country to visit. And we're going to talk to Rosana about what's going on with Spain today, and in particular, how they're focusing on more sustainable tourism and measuring sustainability. And you'll find out about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Rosana, first of all, hello. It's nice to meet you here. We're actually in New York. This time I wish I was in Spain. As I told you, I was in Madrid a couple times last year and also Barcelona. And I had an amazing time in Madrid. It was really it was an eye-opener because I'd never been. But here we are, and you're in New York, and you just came in for a couple of days to talk about sustainability in tourism and how your country is approaching it. But let's first of all talk about the numbers that you're getting from the U.S. U.S. visitors to Spain. How was it in 2022, and how is it so far in 2023?
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here with you in New York. Today, I think you visit Spain more than you tell because you have a fantastic pronunciation. I think very few people can say my surname, you know.
I try. Well, I tried that, but then don't start speaking in Spanish with me because that's where I lose it. It's one of the languages I've wanted to learn for so long, and I've neglected it. But I one of these days I'm going to learn because it's an amazing language, and I love speaking it. I love pronouncing it.
Just come more often to Spain, and you will practice and have the opportunity to learn more the language and enjoy the destination.
I will do that, and that's why I'll come back and get intensive Spanish lessons. But you're sort of back to the numbers. I mean, what does it look like so far? How have you recovered from COVID for 22, and then what's going on for 23, especially with the U.S. numbers?
Yeah, I think the recovery in 2022 was pretty good for the U.S. market because it was already 2.8 million visitors. And in the first quarter of 2023, we are seeing some figures that are almost 9% above what we had in the first quarter in 2019, which was our record year for U.S. visitors. So I hope we can improve and we can increase also the number of U.S. visitors in Spain.
Yeah, well, I think everybody from the U.S. is going to Europe this year, and I hope you're getting your share of the market there because I know a lot of people say they're going to Italy or France and now Spain. Those are kind of the big, UK, things like that. So everybody wants to go back to Europe, and they're coming in droves. Now, people have suggested it might be decreasing a little bit later in the summer, but I don't know. So far, I don't see, no one sees any decrease, actually. Now, you're here in New York to attend a forum on sustainable development. What are some of the actions and policies that Spain has taken to make tourism more sustainable?
Well, as a top touristic destinations, we are, the second country in the world that receives more visitors. For us, sustainability is a responsibility, but not only thinking about our visitors, but also thinking about our residents. Mm-hmm. Because with last year, we had almost 74 million tourists, international tourists, I'm talking, and this is causing sometimes, what we need to make sure is that the impact of the tourism activity is a positive impact for our residents. Mm. So sustainability is an obligation, is a responsibility as a government, as a society that we have to put in place, because otherwise we will not continue growing in the future, growing in quality. The strategy of Spain has never been to drop the prices to attract more people, but to improve the quality of our offer. And now this quality includes the sustainability concept, for which we have been investing since 2021 more than 2 billion euros, making the destinations more sustainable. So it was an investment from the Spanish government on the different destinations to be greener, to have a better energy management, water management, waste management, and also to have a more sustainable mobility, to be more digital, the whole concept, and not only changing or making new ways. I think we have to make sure that sustainability at the end of the day is a positive impact for our residents and for our visitors.
And in fact, you mentioned the word residents, and one of the things about sustainability that I think gets lost is you have to make sure people can make money in tourism, and they derive the benefits that tourism brings, right?
Absolutely, because we have to look at sustainability not only from the environmental point of view. I think this is a more mature concept now, but also from the economic point of view. I mean, business have to make money out of tourism, but also from the social point of view. And this has been, is going to be one of our priorities during the presidency of Spain of the European Council this second semester, to put on the agenda the social sustainability of tourism, how we want to manage tourism from the public and from the private also sectors to be more sustainable and to give, as I say, or to have a more positive impact in the life of our residents.
Now, one of the things about sustainability is how do you measure it? And I think that's one of the topics that you're going to be doing this. How does Spain measure sustainability?
Well, Spain has been measuring statistics in tourism since the 90s. I think we are one of the first countries that have started, having a statistic on tourism, and this is due to the high number of visitors we have, but also with the belief that what you don't measure doesn't exist. What is not measured cannot be managed. So since the 90s, we are evolving these statistics in tourism. Obviously, in the last years, we are moving to more digital, more environmentally friendly, and more sustainable in the classical way, I'm going to say, but now we are thinking of the future. We are working with the UN WTO on this framework on how to measure sustainability, because it's so important that the countries that have already an experience on measuring sustainability put our expertise on the table so that we can find this common framework, because it will allow everybody to improve. It will allow benchmarking between destinations, which I think it's very important, and it will allow also some destinations, some countries to acknowledge and to be aware of some sustainability topics that maybe they are still not in the table today. So I think it's so important.
Yeah, I do think, and I think one of this conference is going to look at like two different initiatives, both two different frameworks. One is measuring the sustainability of tourism, MST, and then ESG framework for tourism businesses. These are the two major initiatives you're looking at?
Yes, and they have to, it's very important that they can live together, because we can not only measure sustainability of a destination from the public policies, from the public point of view. We also need to have a look at the sustainability of the businesses that are based on that destination. Right. Because the destination in itself cannot be sustainable if the public and the private part, both they don't work together. This is why the governance is also a very important point on these strategies, because we need to manage this public collaboration and cooperation to achieve a higher sustainability, because sustainability is a path. It's not something that you achieve, that you reach, and then you have nothing else to do. You are sustainable. No. This is a mindset.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because I get the impression that in Europe and probably in Spain, there seems to be much more awareness about among travelers about sustainability. I mean, here in the U.S., we're kind of, living cave dwellers or something. We're not really, some are very focused on it, but many people here still don't quite understand the sustainable concept. Do you think does that change the way you have to market Spain here in the U.S., that people are maybe less conscious of sustainability?
Well, as I said before, I think as we understand sustainability as a responsibility to our citizens, I think this is the best marketing message that you can have when you truly believe in something and you do that for your own people, independently on the markets where you are going to sell your destination afterwards. I would say, I think the last studies show that 32% of the Americans are looking for sustainable destinations, are well aware of the sustainability in a destination, but the rest, I have to say that the younger people, the younger visitors, are the ones that are more open to learn more things about sustainability. So I think we should give them all the information. We should use our websites. We should use our tourism agencies in the different countries to send the message and to explain everything that Spain is doing about sustainability.
So you think there's hope for us in the U.S. still to understand sustainability?
Absolutely, yes, I have no doubt on it.
Now, let's talk a little bit about, what are the kind of marketing campaigns you're running here in the U.S. to promote Spain? Anything new on the horizon?
Yes, we've been doing a campaign with National Geographic, for example, to show the unknown Spain. I mean, everyone knows, and you mentioned two very popular cities in Spain at the beginning of the interview, but there is so much to see. So much more to see in Spain. All the north of Spain, we are doing this campaign with National Geographic, showcasing the Canary Islands, for example, but also Asturias and the north of Spain, and very focused on all our offer in terms of World Heritage sites. We are the third country in the world with more World Heritage sites, and this is something the US market values a lot, all the cultural and all the also the gastronomy, all the gastronomical offer that sometimes people don't know. So we are trying to market the non-so-popular destinations so far, and also sending the message that Spain is the first country in Europe with the best high-speed train network.
Yeah, I know, and I remember being very surprised at that, and now I know it very well, but it is amazing that your high-speed trains can get you all around the country very easily, everywhere in a few hours. It's not too bad.
Exactly, so you can land in Madrid, Barcelona, you can even land in Malaga. In Mallorca, not, because from Mallorca, I've been an island, there is no train, but for the mainland, it's amazing the connectivity we have. So I want to tell the US visitors that even though they land in Madrid or Barcelona or Malaga, then taking a train moves you and brings you to a different Spain in 2-3 hours. So take advantage of the visit and be open to know more parts of Spain.
And indeed, train travel is a little more sustainable too, right?
It is, indeed. Absolutely. Yes, it is.
Now, let's talk a little bit about how should U.S. travel advisors be selling Spain today, and sell it by promoting sustainable practices?
Yeah, I believe we need to tell all the world all the things that we are doing. And I think even though, as you said, the US traveler is not so much aware of the sustainability factor at the moment of deciding a trip, there are already many websites that are informing you about sustainability, and even helping you to find the more sustainable option in your trip when you are shown different options, what airlines are compensating the carbon footprint, what hotels are having less emissions in the atmosphere, what hotels are using local products, for example, which is another sustainable practice, what hotels are doing a good waste management, and collaborating with the community. So I think more and more, all the travelers have more in mind, that when we travel to any place in the world, we want this trip to be positive for the community we are visiting.
No, and also, you have a lot of new hotels coming on in Spain. I know for a fact, even most recently, I was in Madrid, and there just seemed to be, 10, 15 hotels that have opened in the last 2 years, and they are all more modern, always, and trying to engage with sustainable practices as well, right?
Yes, I think all the brands, when they open now a new hotel, they have this in mind, because at the end of the day, I have to say it's also more profitable for the business, because if you manage better your energy consumption, it will be better for your business. If you manage better your water consumption, it will be better for your business. If you buy local products, it will be better for your business. So I think this is a very strong message, and this is why initiatives like the one we are working in with the UN WTO are so important, to put together the public policies together with all the private initiatives and be able to market them together to showcase a destination as an example of sustainable practices.
Absolutely. Now, is there anything else you want to say to our viewers, our 120,000 travel advisors, about Spain today and what they should be thinking about?
Well, I'm going to look at the camera. I would love all of you to visit Spain, to know about my country, to feel welcome in Spain. And once you visit Spain I want you to want to repeat the experience in Spain.
Absolutely, and I know that having gone there myself in the last year, there's no substitute from actually being in the country, visiting. As I said, Madrid. I went to Barcelona, but I also went to some other towns outside, and now I want to go back and find out more about Spain. Now, where can travel advisors go to get more information, tourism information about Spain today?
Well, we have the web, spain.info, but also they can contact the 3 offices that we have in Spain, and our people, our teams in the offices will be really glad to give them all the information, to have meetings, webinars, or anything they can need to know more about Spain.
Well, Rosanna, I want to thank you for taking the time. I know it's been very busy for you. You're only on the ground for a couple of days with this conference. Tomorrow is the big conference. Good luck with that. And again, promoting Spain, you can promote Spain, you can sell Spain in a much more sustainable way these days. And it really is a better way for tourism. Again, thank you so much.
A pleasure. A pleasure. Thanks to you.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.